So here's the thing about microservices. It really gives us an all new way to compartmentalize functionality of the system in ways that allows those components to be used really independently. A good example of this is our cartonization function. Now, this is our cartonization visualizer, and part of the reason why we were able to create this cartonization visualizer is that we completely redesigned the cartonization microservice so that we could do things like say, okay, well, look, we want to get rid of the problem that most cartonization routines have in that they're so involved in the WMS data structures, so involved in the database design and portions of the database that you can't easily rip it out of there and actually make enhancements to it. I mean, they're involved with the footprint codes, the data model. By the time you peel all that back and actually get to the logic, there's a lot of complicated stuff going on in there. So what we've done is said, okay, in a microservice, what you'd prefer to do actually is just boil this down to sort of the base elements of making a request. And what do you need to do to fully make this request without ever going to the WMS's data model or, sequencing for data and all the stuff that takes a lot of time. So what we've done is said, okay, microservices should be completely standalone. Now, if you know Mocha at all, you know that there was some thought of that in there. Unfortunately, what happened throughout the years is that just because of the way things evolve over the years, you have a very blurry set of data models interacting with each other. So there's not a great breakpoint between stuff needed for cartonization and stuff needed for, understanding what picks are going to get cartonized. It's all that sort of in there together, which is unfortunate because it makes it really a headache to do any kind of modifications to it. So for instance, here in this case, we allow to add plugins to solve portions of these problems so that you can just simply create a plugin and then it can do things like isolation or hazmat or whatever. And then the response document, again, has to be similarly constructed in a way that we can convey back to the WMS here, this is going to use this carton ID, this large carton ID. Here, these 12 items are going to be packed in it. And here, this is going to use this medium and these 5 items are going to be packed in it. So the entire response is just like the request. It's fully functional by itself. It gives the WMS enough information to know what to do with that, but also gives us a way to do visualization. It also includes visualization data because when we include the item data, we include X, Y, Z coordinates. So again, in an effort trying to make these microservices really functional, allows us to do things like create these visualizations, and that's the real important part of microservices.